Hello, my Geminis. So this is Gemini couples, December 18th through the 31st. Whew, I had to take a quick breath. I'm like out of words here. You guys are going through it with your partnerships right now. That's what I'm feeling towards the end of the month. There's been like a buildup of tension, miscommunications, bumping heads. As I shuffled for my Gemini couples, I feel like there's a lot of, I heard two different paths. I feel that my Geminis, you guys want to expand your business. I feel that you want, if you own your own business, you want to go in this direction. You want to travel. You want to, there's so many different directions that you want to go in. And I feel that you feel a bit restricted from your relationship because you're having a hard time doing all these things with your partner. I feel that your partner is feeling a little worried about the relationship and where you stand, because you guys are notorious for constant movement, right? Like you guys are notorious for consistently like moving different directions. I feel that your partner is a little like concerned with how much you go out, or how often you go out, or just in general how, you know, kind of like in the scene you are. And I also feel that you're possibly planning a trip that you planned before you met your partner, and you're going without them. And I'm sensing that they have a problem with this. My Geminis, your partner, some of you are dealing with a Sagittarius. I really feel that strongly. And the Sagittarius is having a tough time adjusting to what's going on in your life right now. I feel like there's a lot of disagreements. There's a lot of conflict. I also feel that you guys have an ex, a Libra, that's coming back into your life, and it's kind of causing a little bit of a Libra or an air sign, Aquarius, another Gemini like yourself, and it's causing you to feel a little overwhelmed, like you're feeling a little blindfolded by this. You're feeling like you miss your ex, you know, like this person was such a big part of your life and you want them in your life, and I think that there's still love there, but you're with someone new and you don't want to mess that up. So it's kind of like you're kind of stuck, you know. So the bottom of the deck, you guys, let me see. I also, before I move on to the cards, I did want to say something else. Picking up the pieces, Gemini, you are picking up the pieces. So I think that maybe you've had a recent falling out with your partner and you guys are trying to work it out, and you're picking up the pieces to try to make it work. Inconsistencies. So I think that at the end of the month, you guys are really going to reflect on what you really want, because your relationship feels inconsistent. It does. It feels like it's really hot and cold. Like there's just a lot of arguments. There's just a lot of stuff that you guys need to kind of resolve and talk about. And I feel like you guys are going to do it at the end of the month, okay? So this is a Five of Swords in reverse. So you're coming out of past resentments within your relationship, coming out of old wounds. You're starting to patch it up. You're starting to let bygones be bygones. You no longer want to argue for the sake of arguing. You're starting to realize like you're taking a different, I feel like you're taking a different approach to love. Like you no longer want to argue to the death of you. Does that make sense? Like you're starting to find different ways to cope differently in this new relationship. Like you're no longer doing what you did before. You're learning. You are spiritually growing within this partnership. And I feel like there's a lot of healing components with your partner. Also, I got actually a lot of cards that flew out for you guys. So the Page of Swords in reverse, Three of Wands, and then the Lovers. So that's you guys. You guys have either three different options, but I don't feel that. I feel it's more like three different directions. Like you guys are being pulled in different directions. I feel that next year, 2018 for Gemini will be all about work. And I feel that you might have to relocate for work. You might have to go somewhere else, you know, for work, and you might have to literally leave out the country, and your partner is like, I'm not going, or your partner is like hesitant, or they're worried because they don't know like what's going on. If you're not married, your partner's definitely like, no, I'm not going anywhere. You know, if you're married and you're taking that step, I feel that they're just a little worried about what's going on. So there's a lot of communication, but it's not productive communication. This feels like more like gossip. There's a lot of like verbal attacks. There's a lot of arguing. There's just a lot of like tension, verbal tension, like you're not communicating the way you guys should be. There's a lot of like butting heads. You're like, why? A lot of, you know, just tension, overall tension, you guys. And so it's tension over you wanting to expand, you wanting to grow within yourself, your own personal transformation, like Pisces, right? And so you guys want to grow and expand your business, whatever that means to you, whether it's getting a promotion, whether it's getting a new job, whether it's moving, whether it's traveling. You guys are focused on your inner selves, and your partner is like, where do I fit in that? Because it sounds like it's just all about you. You're having a tough time fitting them into your current life, I feel. Even if you guys have been established, I feel there's this sense of restlessness that you guys are going to have at the end of the month. And so again, with the Lovers card, you love this person, right? There's a lot of love. This is your twin flame, possibly a twin flame. But I feel that your union is so powerful that you guys can work through it. But I feel your communication is lacking right now. So if you guys can work through that towards the end of the month, you guys will be fine. I feel this is you saying like, hi, I'm here. Our values are aligning. You want your values to align. You don't want to argue and bicker with them, right? You want to be on the same wavelength. But I also feel there's just a lot of confusion. And I feel that you guys have been alone for such a long time. Some of you have been alone and then you finally are in a relationship that you're finding it hard to kind of fit this person into your life because you're used to your solitude, right? So the Seven of Swords in reverse. So you caught someone doing something shady, or you yourself were doing something shady. You weren't being honest, stealing, lying, cheating, right? Anything that is about dishonesty is with this card, but you were caught, right? So the Nine of Swords in reverse, you're coming out of a mental anxiety, like you're finally seeing it for what it is. You're finally seeing that this person has been lying to you, or this person hasn't been truthful to you. Right? And this is all about, I don't see any court cards here, but I see possible imbalances. Maybe someone, you know, your partner's been lying to you about their finances, about where your finances are going, or where they're putting the money. Maybe they've been taking money from you is what I heard, and not giving it in return, or not really telling you the truth about where it's going. I also feel irresponsibility with this card, like completely detached, just not responsible. The Nine of Swords in reverse, you're coming out of a mental anxious state, like you're finally letting go. You're letting go of what happened. You're letting go of the wounds, the mental anxiousness. You're letting go of that. You're finally coming into, you know, a grounded place. And the Six of Pentacles is all about, you know, just balance. You want balance within your relationship. Like you want your partner to be able to be independent enough to handle the fact that you want to travel, that you're not going to always be around. You want to have financial balance where you're not always picking up the tab. You want a balanced relationship. This is what you want, right? And your partner, I feel, is a little bit of a taker. They might be just doing shit on the sly and they got caught, right? And so you're like, what the hell? Like, this is all I asked for, is a balanced relationship, a balanced level of communication. I also sense power struggles with you guys, so be careful with all that, okay? Also, Ace of Swords, right? And the Eight of Wands. So there's going to be a lot of communication the end of the month. New perspectives, new way of doing things. Out with the old, in with the new. So you're no longer going to handle yourself the way you used to. You feel like this person is probably more than likely that they're worth working on. But I definitely see there's a lot of communication in both of these cards. Email communication, because I feel like this is long distance. Okay, I feel like this is a long distance partnership. So email discussions, phone discussions, social media. You're checking up on their social media to see what they're doing while you're gone. Ace of Swords is all about coming to terms with the truth. You are finally going to address the truth. You're going to confront them, or they're going to confront you and say, what the hell happened here? Like, what happened? Where are we that we are lying to each other? Or where are we that you're lying to me? So what are we going to do about this? And I think that you guys are going to come into a place where you're going to be honest with each other, right? Like, the end of the month, I see honesty. Honesty is big with you guys. So look forward to that. And just remember to be very logical about the situation, like you always are. And just think about where you're at with your partner, where you want to go. Okay? Thank you, Gemini.